Welcome back to Simply Wanda. We will continue our talk on a seat at the table. Now, as we finished the last segment where the king asked the person to leave, the person that he addressed as friend. This is someone he called a friend. So if you make note of this, make note that this person was called a friend. And again, how I mentioned that song that, we sing in the church, I am a friend of God. So you're no longer just a brother or a sister. You're now a friend, or you're no longer just a disciple. You're now a friend. Jesus told the disciples, I no longer call you a disciple or a brother or whatever it was that he called them. But he said, now I call you a friend because I'm sharing with you some secrets. So I can call you now a friend. So here's this man that's sitting at the table. Let's look at this. Let's just take a look at this. This man is sitting at the table. He's called a friend. So I would suggest that this man is not one of the ones that were considered the bad. You remember sitting at the table, you got the good and the bad. He said, go to the highways and the hedges. And the hedge is the place of separation. So go to the ones on the other side. Okay, you got the church people. Now let's go get the ones that are out there doing their own things. Let's go grab those sinners. Okay, so now we got these heathens and we're going to tell them to come and have a seat at the table. So they're at the table, but see, now the king is talking and he's walking around greeting the guests, and he greets this man and calls him a friend. So I would suggest that this was somebody that was considered good. This was somebody who was considered the church person. This is that church person that is sitting at the table that he addressed as friend. Friend, you accepted the call. You raised your hand. You walked down and got out your seat and walked down in the middle of the aisle, or stood in the middle of the aisle and accepted Christ, or even walked down to the altar and accepted Christ. You're the one who raised your hand, friend. You're the one who accepted the call of Jesus, friend. You're the one who, as you accepted Jesus, tears was running down your face. You're the one that's sitting at the table, that as the king comes out and greets his guests, he calls you a friend. Yet this man in the parable did not like what the king had to say. I know there is no way, because you're told you have to get up. You're told that how could you come to this wedding feast, this banquet, this party, and not be properly dressed? You accepted the call, but you're not properly dressed. Get up. He didn't even here's the deal. Look at this. He didn't tell the man, can you go and put on the right clothes and come back? There was no, where was the mercy, Lord? Where was the mercy? Where was grace then? Where was mercy? This man didn't have on the right clothes. Why didn't the king tell him, okay, can you just go home, change clothes, and come on back? Your seat will be waiting on you. What happened to that? What happened to that? What happened to the grace and mercy there? Okay, I see even now, I will connect that. And let's go over to the story of the rich man and the poor man. The rich man and Lazarus, the poor man. Let's go over there and let's talk about them for just a minute. Where the rich man had everything, Lazarus had nothing, and he had sores. He was sick. He was at the rich man's gate, and the rich man provided nothing for Lazarus, did nothing for him. The dogs licked his sores. Lazarus suffered. Okay, so they both died. One went to heaven, one went to hell. One went to Abraham's bosom, one went to hell. And we know who went where. So the rich man sitting there in hell looks up and asks Abraham, could Lazarus dip his finger in some water, his fingertip, and just put a drop of water on his tongue? This is how bad Lazarus is suffering. But here's the thing with Lazarus. And that's where Abraham said, no. There's a gulf between you. You can't go there. He can't come to you. Yet the rich man even asks if someone could go back and speak to his brothers so his brothers wouldn't come to where he is. He didn't even want his brothers to suffer like he did. So now what I see there is the rich man wanting to preach. He's wanting to share the good news. He wanting to don't come where I am. He has compassion. The compassion he didn't show for the poor man, he now has compassion. So now he's able to know better, see better, but it was unfruitful at this time because now he's in hell. It was unproductive. Now you want to share the gospel, or now you want to tell someone, don't come where I am. This is not a good place. This is not a good place. Don't come here. And he probably would tell them how not to come there. Be compassionate. Be this, be that. He would tell them what to do to not come to where he is. So now he's in that place to do that, but it does no good. It does no good. It's unfruitful. And that's what I would say about this man who's sitting at the banquet table. At the point that he's sitting at the banquet table and the king comes out, it's unfruitful. Grace, mercy has had its time. At this point, it's like being at that point where you've done all that you could do. See, this is the point now where we are in the earth realm. This is the time now to do what you can do, because on the other side, you're through doing what you can do. This is the time to do what you're supposed to do, to get over there and still have your mind. Remember, this man still had his mind. He could think, can you tell my brothers not to come here? Yet it was too late. It was too late. Let's see what's going to happen to this man that's sitting at the table. Let's talk a little more about him who's sitting at the table but asked to leave. We're going to continue to talk, continue to listen.